In Athletes Unlimited, the stars come out at night with an electrifying assembly of lacrosse talent, sparkling in prime time. The world-class action is fast-paced, and the scoring unique to find a most deserving individual champ. Taylor Marino is a two-time defending champion, putting her shot-stopping excellence on the line against shutdown defender Abby Bosco for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Nighttime is the right time for a great game at USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland. Tonight we follow the lead of two terrific captains with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. The champ is in the house. Two-time defending champion Taylor Marino has her team collide with a squad led by last summer's Defensive Player of the Year, Abby Bosco. A very pleasant welcome to you. Alongside Courtney Martinez-Connor, a five-time national champion at Maryland, I'm Joe Beninati. We'll team up with field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller in just a minute. You know, when you think about it, the enthusiasm of an opening day, it's plain to see. And we know that there's a lot of history now with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse Court, but think about how 2024 might be different than the first three seasons.
You know, the first three seasons were exciting. It was all about fast play, changing rosters from week to week, players getting used to the draft. But now we have some changes in rules, some changes in points, so I do expect for the players to take a little bit of time in getting used to that, so themselves being veterans and rookies are all on the same page.
It's time for us to remind the viewers how we do business with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. 56 of the premier players in the world racing to crown just a single champion. Every Monday, new captains drafting a new group of 14. Players will earn points in a variety of ways over a very busy schedule Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Think back, Court. Let's rewind the tape to last season's events. Practically another photo finish for the medalists.
You couldn't draw it up any better other than if you were a movie in Hollywood. Taylor Marino, Sam Apuzzo, it came down to the very last game. And those two separated by not a lot. Apuzzo made a strong push, but Taylor Marino coming out on top, just 12 points over Apuzzo.
Drilling down on tonight's matchup, Taylor Marino lets her game do the talking, and nobody shouts louder than her the last two seasons.
Taylor Marino, she's so fun to watch in goal, whether it's making saves in tight. She has such a strong position, holding her body, good with angles. She's confident with the ball in her stick. She's not afraid to come out and start transition. Incredible clears that are right on the money.
As for Abby Bosco, she may be slight in stature, but she plays with huge style on defense.
That's right, Joe. She may be little, but she is sprightly. A tough physical player. She plays like she's 6 feet tall. She works hard on the field, has a great stick for a defender, comes with hustle plays all over the field. Look for her to start the play from defense to offense. She gets a lot of leaderboard points individually.
These teams will stay intact throughout the weekend, then we draft new sides on Monday. Field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller, she knows the deal. Kylie, during your captain days in Athletes Unlimited, how did you build your team?
It's all about finding the right balance of talented players who will work well together off of each other's strengths. With speaking both Team Bosco and Team Marino ahead of tonight's matchup, their big thing was there's no shortage of talent here in this AU roster this year, so it's a win-win whoever they pick in the draft. Captain Taylor Marino, she picked Allie Kennedy first up in her draft pick. Allie is the speedster, a Team USA midfielder who complements the fast-paced transition that Moreno starts so well, save after save. Get ready for her speed. It really hasn't gone anywhere in her fourth AU season. On the other side, we highlight the one and only Izzy Skane. She's dominated throughout her career, breaking records at Northwestern. And hey, look at that, Joe. Must be a good sign for Skane fans that she's back in purple.
It's a very familiar color scheme for Izzy Skane, the two-time Tewaaraton Award winner in 2023 and 24, the all-time Division I goal-scoring champion. Izzy Skane set to help out with Team Bosco in purple against Team Marino in gold. The officials for this one, Lynn Bowers, Julie Wakes, Ronnie Anton, Erica Leslie, and Devin Holcomb presiding over this game 2 of 24. It's Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPNU. Joe, Courtney, and Kylie, glad you've tuned in there with us. Earlier today, Team Glenn took down Team Apuzzo in a thriller, 13-12. We're off and running from USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks. Sammy Jo Tracy in possession. Sammy Jo during the scrimmages last week. Courtney was another dominating factor at the draw circle. A quick feed inside. That was a tough catch on the interior. Team Marino in the white jerseys. On the end line, the officials awarding the Team Marino possession. We play this game 10 on 10. The roster sizes 14 each way. 6 on 6 at the offensive end. Massera going to the cage, lets it fly! And that's snagged in expert fashion by Britt Reed.
I like the look by Massera going hard and fast to the cage. A lot of space given by McCool. As we look at action, it's very different from the college game. College game, 12 players on the field, athletes unlimited with just 10. The field is smaller, 60-second shot clock as opposed to the 90. So some key differences as well as rules. You're not gonna see things like 3-second calls or shooting space. A little bit different in Walling.
Skane off the roll, lets it fly, and that's snagged by Marino. Taylor Marino introducing herself to Izzy Skane at the professional level. The netminder with the bragging rights early. Massera, the rookie out of Stony Brook. Taylor Marino back on the draft day Monday. She chose 9 newcomers of her 14 on the roster. Fresh legs. Peterson feeds. Massera lets it go. She scores! Ellie Massera.
You know, Joe, you have to think that that was done on purpose. You had just mentioned fresh legs, young players. They're looking to come in and make their mark in AU Pro Lacrosse. Peterson, one of those rookies. Eyes were up to another rookie, Ellie Massera. So she drew 2 players in her dodge. The slide comes, dishing it off, Peterson and Massera with the strong finish.
I like the adjustment there for Massera, not playing like a rookie, playing like a well-seasoned vet with her first shot on cage with that sidewinder to the top corner that Britt Reed was able to see. This time she goes low to low.
Kylie, what is it about these Stony Brook Seawolves? She models her game after your good friend, Allie Kennedy.
And you can see the 2 of them on the draw circle right now. They are 2 very speedy, very gritty midfielders who like to get to the cage. It is awesome to see them out here on the same team.
Draw possession for Team Bosco in purple. Grace Griffin, one of many Maryland Terrapins here at the professional level. Griffin was 3 times a captain with the Terps. Marie McCool going on the offense for Team Bosco. You see their roster of 14. Britt Reed gets the start. Madison Doucette, a very solid rookie in cage to back her up. Geyer's back from a bad angle, kicked out by Marino. Every goalie save in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse earns the netminder 4 points. There's a push on the perimeter. McCool bouncing back up. It's Team Bosco ball.
You know, a new shot clock happened after that save from Marino, so Team Bosco can take their time a little bit. They don't need to rush on the offensive end.
Shot clock's at 30. Geyer's back, inside roll, right into a double team. Change of possession. Wakefield brings it the other way, and Caroline Wakefield has been a cause turnover machine throughout her time in Athletes Unlimited. Team Marino in the white jerseys, you're seeing their roster. Massera sweeping into the alley. Bringing on around for Andy Aldave. She'll team up with Sydney Black on the way to the cage off the split dodge. She scores! Black's first as a pro is a beauty.
Sydney Black is so incredibly fast on the field. She changes directions just like you would change directions if you were stopping on a dime. That quick acceleration as the ball moves around the perimeter. As soon as she catches it, she's sizing up and then jab and go. A nice quick release to her left side. That's her offhand. Again, all of these players dominant with both sides, but showcasing her quickness right from the start.
2 newcomers coming in hot for Team Moreno. We talked about how many of them she chose off of Monday night's draft, and they're showcasing why.
9 rookies, to be specific. Sydney Black wore 11 in college. nearby at Loyola. 5 in high school, so started new as a pro with 15. Isabella Peterson looking for the draw. This one is claimed by Abby Bosco. Bosco, the first defender to medal in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse a season ago. She's so vitally important around that circle.
You know, you're going to see her get a lot of draw controls, ground balls, cause turnovers. She just seems to put herself in the right position at the right time. But again, it's all about seeing the ball and making a big play on it, especially as a defensive player. You want to make sure to lead.
Beautiful behind the back shot there, bounced wide by Kuykendall. Chased down on the end line halfway through the 60-second shot clock. We're 4 minutes old in this second of 2 games. Geyer's back on the roll, snapped it wide, then she got clobbered inside the 8-meter key. Quick restart for Team Bosco in the purple. McCool off the split dodge, gets to the inside, it scores! Marie McCool.
Marie McCool, a veteran for Team Bosco at the midfield. She won a championship while she was at UNC for her collegiate days, Team USA player, all-world player, and she just caught Macera, her defensive player, not moving her feet. And when your defender's not moving your feet, you want to take them right to the cage, and that's what she did. Showcased her speed, maneuvering around that defensive player.
Marie McCool placed 7th on the Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse leaderboard last summer, and then she was married 1 week after the season ended in August. McCool, 2 times a Tewaaraton finalist, getting Team Bosco on the board. Remember, folks, every quarter is worth 20 points for all 14 players on the roster. If you win the quarter, you win those points collectively as a team. McCool had that one deflected away by Macera. Skane on the outside looking for the ground ball. It rolls out of bounds. It'll be Team Marino ball. That pass snagged through the midfield. Kennedy on the go. Macera for Black, and then this way for Aldave. Andy Aldave now in her 3rd season of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Wing dodge coming here. Black will exchange. The snapshot fought off by Britt Reed. Every goalie save worth 4 points. A ground ball there for Marie McCool. McCool stretching her legs to the midfield line. The one-person clear.
Now we've seen the offense for Team Marino. 2 out of the 6 offensive players are veterans. The other 4 rookies. They're getting good looks at the cage. It's just a matter of finishing, shooting around.
Lindsay McCone, the chairperson of the Player Executive Committee with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, finding Sammy Jo Tracy. Players are leaders and decision makers in Athletes Unlimited. Off the fake flip. Pass that'll get away. 2 good buds. Skane and Kuykendall working outside the 8-meter key. Score from behind there. You get 2 points for the team, 16 for yourself as Dorney rips one high. Quick restart. Force it inside for Izzy Skane. Guarded by Wakefield. That pass gets away. It's a shot clock violation against Team Bosco. Four points for all the players on Team Marino in white when there's a shot clock violation. Spin the rock to Aldave. This way for Black. Tallies from Macera and Black for Team Marino in white. McCool on the board for Team Bosco in purple. Peterson rolling in against the veteran Meg Dowdy, former National Defender of the Year out of Maryland. Black has exceptional quickness. Jitterbugs inside, beautiful feed for the put away. Slam dunk Kennedy.
So impressive. It was 2 players almost looking to set a pick for Sydney Black. Pick your poison. She dished this ball off nice and tight. Allie Kennedy inside ready and waiting. Team Marino on top at Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse.
Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is fueled by Gatorade. Thinking back to the AU Pro Lacrosse Collegiate Draft, Izzy Skane and Erin Kuykendall were selected 1-2 out of Northwestern University. These two, best of friends since basically their freshman year in high school. And on Instagram, Courtney, well, we're back in purple already.
You know, I love to see these two back together again, wearing that signature purple. This time for Team Bosco, in college for Northwestern, 6 years for Skane.
Kylie Oldmiller has Erin standing by.
Erin, what's it like to play with Izzy all 4 years at school, and then now you're playing in purple again?
Yeah, it's so fun. So lucky to be back in purple playing with her first weekend of pro. Definitely miss playing together, so it's been a blast, and just getting to know each other on and off the field has been amazing.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you guys work together. Good luck the rest of the way.
Ladies, we appreciate it. It was a devastating tandem dressed in purple in Evanston, Illinois.
376 goals for Skane. Kuykendall, 171. Look at those overall points. I'm not a mathematician, but that's well over 800.
Kuykendall, 2 times a first-team All-American. You know, there's so many notes about those two, Skane and Kuykendall, but one that jumped out at me, Erin Kuykendall at home, there are 5 dogs and 4 cats. She likes to rescue animals.
You know, I thought that was pretty amazing. A lot of animals, she gives them homes, not just adoption, but through rescuing and fostering. But her best friend, there's probably nothing better than to play collegiate lacrosse as well as pro lacrosse with your best friend.
Just shy of the 8 o'clock hour here in the east. You can tell the sun is setting. The shadows are lengthening at USA Lacrosse headquarters. Temperatures are beautiful for a pro lacrosse game in the mid-80s most of the day. It's been over 100 here lately, but there was a break in the heat wave. Thank goodness for these athletes who'll be playing, again, doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday. Aldave, nice catch at the 8-meter key. Off the interchange on the inside roll. It's a put away for Peterson.
You know, that's a little bit of a mismatch in terms of matchup. Peterson with Dowdy. She has a height advantage over her purple defender, number 29. Peterson almost able to dip and dunk right over. I love the offhanded shot. Has it in her strong hand, pulls it across her body, giving herself just a little sliver of an angle. Incredibly difficult, but well placed.
Isabella Peterson seemed to fit right in during the scrimmages that you and I watched, Courtney, especially with regard to draw control. She had 8 of them in the scrimmage last week. Team Marino hot shooting in the white jerseys. They've started this evening's game 4 for 6. McCool, the center, along with Aldave. McCool wins that one to herself. Draw controlled, worth 4 points.
You know, I just realized at any one point in time, there's a max of 3 veterans on the field. You have Taylor Marino, your captain, and then on the defensive end, Caroline Wakefield all the time, Andy Aldave on attack, and then you have Allie Kennedy at that midfield position. So not that many at each end. These rookies are showing they absolutely came to play and are ready for this fast-paced style of the sport.
Skane being fenced in defensively. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Team Bosco in purple. This is McCool working in. A pass there that floats in and beats Marino. Excuse me, that one counts.
One man's junk is another's treasure. As we take a look, this was a feed inside from Marie McCool, giving a few stutters, getting her defensive player on her heels. And it looks like Taylor Marino was just screened a little bit. The ball slipped right through her legs. Call that the 5-hole in lacrosse. So a pass to the inside, whether it was her defensive player, the attacker cutting through with that the ball was meant for, just a little bit of a screen. She missed it. Nevertheless, a second goal for Bosco.
Marie McCool asking the referees if that should actually be a 2-pointer, wondering if it ricocheted off of a stick on the inside, and if it did not, if that should have counted as 2, and now we'll go to a review.
Kylie, definitely, she was hovering around that line, that 8-meter key, when she let the pass go, as you can tell right here.
Off of that quick glance, it looks like the ball is out of her stick before her left foot lands.
She definitely lands inside the 8-meter key, but the ball's away. The officials throughout the season will be reviewing all potential 2-point goals. We saw the 2-point goals earlier today be vitally important, critically important to Team Glenn as they took down Team Apuzzo 13-12, a couple of 2-pointers in the second half, paving the way to victory.
It kind of does seem on the replay that maybe the ball changed trajectory a little bit, like it barely hit something, but it wasn't directly in, it doesn't look like.
I see you're saying it might have been deflected inside.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that on the replay. It wasn't a direct path. Otherwise, it would have seemed a little farther to the right.
81 seconds remaining in the quarter. The fight for those 20 points that are available each frame in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. You win the quarter, everybody on your roster gets 20. You win the game, everybody on your roster gets 45. It's a race to lead the leaderboard when it's all said and done in mid-August. The officials, after the conference, having conversations with the facilitator for Team Marino, that's Renee Dowd. There are no coaches in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse.
After review, that's credited as a 2-point
It's a 2-point goal for Marie McCool, making this a 4-3 score.
And a 2-point goal in comparison to a 1-point, that's 16 points as opposed to just a 12 that would have been awarded to Marie McCool. An additional 4 points. 4 points for her on top of that regular goal. And yet, closing the gap even more so as they were down by 2, or down by 3, now just down by 1.
McCool, a draw control magnet. Folks, how'd you like the chance to win a lacrosse ball that's autographed by Izzy Skane? We know you can, and we know that you will. If you go to auprosports.com/sweepstakes and register today. So here we go, final minute of an opening quarter. 36 seconds on the shot clock. Sammy Jo Tracy bluffs it, feeds it back for Griffin. Griffin hounded on the outside by the defensive Sydney Scales. Marino reels in another one. Taylor Marino, the first Athletes Unlimited player in any sport to win consecutive titles. Marie McCool, the early leader inside this game on the leaderboard. Shot clock's turned off. Team Marino in the white jerseys, heading into the setting sun, can have the last possession. Macera in no hurry, working in concert with Cassidy Weeks, a national champion out of Boston College. Macera on the 2-person game, goes to goal, fires and scores! Ellie Macera picking up the pro game quickly.
Bookend goals for Ellie Macera. Number 37 in white. A little bit of a miscommunication defensively, wondering who's taking right or left. McCool getting picked off. Macera coming off of that 2-man game, the pick with speed. Bookend goals for her. She started off with the first goal of the quarter, and she is ending potentially with the last goal of the quarter for Team Marino.
Macera coming off of any screen, any pick, she has that change of speed. That's the thing you talk about when it comes to dodging. She definitely has it, and that's what's going to get her open like that.
That's Kylie Oldmiller, former Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse player who's joining us as a field reporter this summer while she heals up after an injury. Final ticks of this opening frame. Kennedy comes away with the ball, not enough time, but Team Marino in the white jerseys will bank the 20 points for winning this opening frame in front of the 2-time defending champ. We expected the goals to be plentiful so far, and they have. Marie McCool contributing for Team Bosco. It's 5-3 Team Marino after 10 minutes. Back with quarter 2 right after this. Book of Unlimited. That baby weighs about 25 pounds. It includes the name of the Athletes Unlimited Sport champion twice in succession in pro lacrosse for Taylor Marino. Taylor wearing a microphone for us tonight. She can listen in as well. Taylor, 10 minutes into this contest, how would you describe the pace of play so far?
Yeah, I think getting back out here has been awesome. Pace is super high. We have a lot of talented rookies, and overall, I'm also enjoying the pace that our team's playing at right now.
Taylor, when you had the draft, who gave you the advice? Go for the rookies. What was the thought process?
Honestly, it was about getting some veteran guys, and I feel like these rookies aren't going to be rookies very long in terms of just their maturity on the field. So I definitely picked some kids that I felt like had some really good scrimmages and practiced really well. And obviously, there's a few that I don't like getting shot against. So, I mean, if I can keep them on my team, then all is good.
Taylor, we appreciate the insight. Keep busy down there.
Will do. Thank you, guys.
Taylor Marino, two-time defending champion. Allie Kennedy helping her cause once again now in the summer of 2024. For Marino, it's her 8th straight week as a captain. Courtney, she is well-versed when it comes to Monday's new draft.
You know, that means she's a real leader on the field, but she knows how to put up points, both individual and that with putting together winning teams. But most of her points actually come from those individual numbers over the wins.
Two teams played it carefully in the opening 10 minutes. There was only one turnover. This is Madison Ahern, 77 in the white. Ahern, who played collegiately 5 seasons with the Irish in Notre Dame. Kennedy pawns it off for Sydney Black. Black trying to get a jump on Abby Bosco. Ball down and turned back over. On the move, it's Meg Dowdy leading a 4-on-3 fast break. Skeen closed in. Nice job by Team Marino to get back in the hole. Just getting going in this second quarter. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor upstairs, Kylie Oldmiller, our field reporter. Shout out of thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew. Izzy Skane looking for her first tally as a pro. Skane maneuvers in, draws 3 defenders. This one's a tough catch for Geyersbach. Sammy Jo Tracy there to help. Geyersbach comes up with the loose ball, unsettled, and 14 seconds to shoot. Kuykendall pitches for McCool. McCool has all the points for Team Bosco until this one slammed home by Geyersbach.
Patience proved to be fruitful for Team Bosco in the purple jerseys. Getting the ball to X, working around the perimeter. And Marie McCool, she was the one with the vision. We saw Geyersbach drag her defensive player to the right just a little bit. You almost just want them to forget about you for a hot second before she showed and flashed back around that opposite side of the crease.
Add another 6 points for Marie McCool. She's having a day so far to start off her 4th season in AU Pro Lacrosse.
6 points for the assists, 12 points for a goal when you score for Geyersbach. That's her first marker of this young season, game 2 of 24. Peterson and McCool inside the draw circle.
Which as you start to tally all those points up, Joe, was she also the one who potentially was credited with the caused turnover? So that's then another 10 points for her pocket.
It all adds up quickly. We'll be showing you the leaderboard from time to time throughout the contest, seeing who's rising, who's falling. Earlier today, the team dressed in blue, Team Glenn, upset Team Apuzzo. Apuzzo, 3 times a medalist in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. That was a 13-12 decision. Skane working in, bad angle, tucks it home. Izzy Skane, welcome to the pro ranks.
All right, now she's gotten her feet wet. Number 27 in the purple jersey. Geyersbach to Kuykendall. Kuykendall always knows where that bestie is. Gives a nice little flip pass. And we see the hesitation, the relaxing, causing her defensive player, Sydney Scales, just to freeze for a slight second. And then that's when she re-attacked. Izzy Skane with her first goal of AU Pro Lacrosse.
That matchup right there, Izzy Skane and Sydney Scales, that's something we've seen in the NCAA tournament year after year after year. We see them laughing it up on the restraining line right now as they head back to the draw circle. But those two are going to go at it all night long.
Scales, 35 in the white, 2 times a national champion at Boston College. Actually, a midfielder in high school. She switched to defense her freshman year in Chestnut Hill. McCool gets another draw control possession. This game level at 5 points apiece. Team Bosco leads the second quarter, 2 points to none. Those two tallies 34 seconds apart. Lights starting to take effect here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. Good stick check there, turned in by Kendall Halpern, another rookie out of Northwestern. Ball down, Emily Knowles is hunting for it, 40 in the white. Still more hard work from Sydney Scales, who has the grounder, and a chance to clear for Team Marino. Smooth sailing now for Cassidy Weeks. Just past the 3-minute mark in this second quarter. Peterson, who's already put her name on the score sheet. Ahern from the bad angle, bounced it wide. Nice recovery there by Bosco. As that shot struck her near the goal circle. It's possession for Team Bosco in purple.
That bouncer, extreme angle, came up and hit her after that shot was taken. Otherwise, it knocked her in the arm. Generally, if a shot hits somebody directly in the arm, anything above the knee is a red card, but that hit the ground first. She just happened to be outside of the goal cage and hit that ricochet because she was close.
Kuykendall playing a little hide and seek. Looking for Geyers back on the flank. She'll bring it in. Sweeping from the top with McCone. Pumps it for 2, fought off by Marino. Folks, you can rep your favorite AU lacrosse athlete. The AU Pro Shop has player t-shirt options available for the entire 24 roster. Visit shop.auprosports.com to purchase yours today. Change of possession, back comes Team Marino. Float that pass inside. Britt Reed was tight to the post as that one bounced wide of the cage. Aldave in a foot race, they reset it for Team Marino's Ahern. Outside the 8-meter key. Only scoring in the second quarter belongs to Team Bosco. They're trying to win those 20 quarter points halfway through quarter 2. Ahern again against Dowdy. Meg is such a physical customer and has been from year 1 of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Nice moves inside. Reed crosses over to make the denial on Weeks. Reed with 3 stops in the contest. 4 points for every rejection on the individual leaderboard for her.
You know, these rookies have been able to get to cage pretty easily, bobbing and weaving. We just saw Weeks, that great footwork as she's splitting from left to right, but it's just all about finishing your shot, making sure to place them. These are all American goalkeepers, international goalkeepers. Reed for Team England.
A medalist in the World Games. Kuykendall, jitterbugs near the 8-meter key. Feeds to the left-hander, Geyers back off the roll. She fumbled that. The whistles blare out. The possession will change back to Team Marino.
You know, I love to see every ball a battle. A battle for the ground balls, a battle for the balls in the air. You see every play matters because it does in terms of points as you watched all of those replays.
Britt Reed, who had 109 saves last year, her best in a single season of AU Pro Lacrosse. Ahern's pass is too tall. Reed expecting that. Dances with it back into her goal circle. Starts the clear for Team Bosco in purple. This is Cookie Carr, veteran defender and current head coach at nearby Towson. Marie McCool slowing the tempo with 3 minutes to go in this opening half. We'll have a special feature on Taylor Marino coming up at the halftime break. Also look back at Team Glynn's win over Team Apuzzo earlier today. This one's spun high by Izzy Skane. Kuykendall with 15 seconds to shoot. Gets topside on Wakefield. That flip gets away from McCone. Lindsay chases it down, gooses it to McCool. McCool closing. Didn't pull the trigger, now she will. There's a call for walling here. We talk and see that new restricted area in front of the cage.
Inside of that essential part box at the top of the crease, it was called on Sydney Scales. You can't stand in there, you have to be actively moving through.
McCool looking for her third goal on the night. Sent that one wide on the free position shot. Ball down. Back behind the cage of Taylor Marino. Marino sends it on for Scales, and she'll bump it to Ellie Macera. Macera, who's played a lot of field hockey back in the day. Ellie already with a couple of tallies in this, her first half of AU Pro Lacrosse. Black on the way to the goal. Lost her footing there, working against a really tough defender in Courtney Taylor. It comes up for Team Bosco, and who else? That ground ball magnet once again is Marie McCool. McCool in need of a breather. She'll sub out for Grace Griffin. We have 1:35 remaining in the half. In the second quarter, Bosco has both tallies, so they have the upper hand in the chase for 20 points to win the quarter. Skane calling for it. Scales there, hip to hip. The feed is inside, it's deflected, Marino stays with it. Taylor Marino, 70 seconds left in this first half.
I believe that was Emily Knowles, number 40 in white, who was able to get her stick on that, knocking it to her keeper.
Final minute of the opening half. 40 seconds on the shot clock for Team Marino in white. First touch for Sierra Cockrell, 28 in the white. 5 years at Syracuse, another dynamic scorer. Ahern fidgets inside, looks for help and finds it. Aldave thought about Peterson, chooses Ahern. 15 seconds to shoot, 25 in the quarter. Kennedy from the top off the split dodge. To the alley, she slings it off the outside of the goal. Backed up well, quick feed inside, bullseye. Isabella Peterson.
We just saw a lot of looks in that last offensive set. Ultimate rookie to rookie, Ahern at X to Peterson, a tall target inside.
Courtney, we need to sneak in one more TV timeout. We'll conclude the opening half with you right after these words. As Team Marino spots up inside, this is a layup for Peterson. Team Marino in the white jerseys with fluorescent gold numbers. They have the lead by 1 at the half, but they're trailing by 1 in the second quarter with 17 seconds left in it. Folks, the WNBA All-Star Weekend begins tomorrow in Phoenix with a three-point contest and skills challenge at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN. Then Saturday night, the 20th annual All-Star Game on ABC at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, as the U.S. Women's National Olympic Team takes on the WNBA All-Stars. Coverage tipping with countdown at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Final steps here of the first half. This game between Team Marino and Team Bosco. McCool and Peterson at the draw circle. Peterson wins that one to herself, working quickly with Sydney Black.
You got time.
You hear the coordination from the sideline. You got time. In fact, we have an offside coming up against Team Bosco.
You can see Izzy Skane laughing about that one. She thought it was the restraining line from NCAA. She's still getting used to this whole pro scene.
You gotta cut her some slack, right?
The officials asking for a timeout. That's been requested by Team Marino facilitator Renee Dowd. 6-5 for Team Marino. And Court, here's what we were talking about with respect to Izzy being offside. Oops. Way offside.
The restraining line is the half field line as opposed to the line that's closer to that attacking area. So I see where she's getting mixed up. She spent 6 years in college.
It'll be a player-up situation for Team Marino in white at the tail end of this opening half. Earlier today, Team Glenn downing Team Apuzzo. Maggie Hall, Ali Mastriani, and Katie Glynn received the MVP votes in that game, Courtney. It's just another way the players add up to their individual leaderboard totals.
And Maggie Hall, what a game she had in her first rookie professional lacrosse game here in Athletes Unlimited. She scored the tying goal. Ali Mastriani scoring goals, getting draw controls, and a lot of saves for Katie Glynn.
Folks, the AU Pro Sports Shop is now on Instagram, the best way to stay up to date on new arrivals, limited edition items, and the exclusive merchandise offering. Head to @AU Pro Shop to follow and connect. Team Marino with Black in possession, the feed inside, score! Macera with the first half hat trick. A huge goal for Macera, not only for her squad in the overall tally, but that levels the count in the second quarter at 2 apiece.
A hard dodge by Sydney Black. Defensively, Dowdy stopped that dodge. Sydney Black bouncing off of her, but she remained composed and was still able to feed this ball inside. A nice tight handle by Ellie Macera.
Really impressive of her to stay out of that crease too. What I love about that is the urgency. They had 8 seconds out of that timeout to work with. There's still 2 seconds on the clock. That means they only took 6 seconds to put that in the back of the net.
Peterson and Macera, Kylie, 15 seconds apart, making the second quarter score 2-2. If the quarter remains tied, those 20 points would carry over to the third, and the team that wins the third frame would be getting 40 for everybody on the roster. Perhaps the final draw of this frame. Just 2.2 left officially. Ball down, halftime over, and the second quarter is tied, so the third quarter will be worth 40. Ellie Macera having the hot hand in this, her first game as a pro. She's canned 3 of her first 4 shots.
You know, hand it to Team Marino. Taylor for putting this team together. A lot of rookies, but they're playing like vets right now. They battled back to send that second quarter. Those 20 points go to no one right now. So that third quarter means everything, but they battled back. I want to say those goals were in the last minute of that quarter.
Courtney, part of being a champion in Athletes Unlimited is being able to assemble and lead these teams. They're unique teams. They don't stay the same. Taylor Marino, the first thing that caught our eye was 9 rookies that she selected back on Monday. She obviously knew what she was talking about, thinking about as she battles Team Bosco. Team Bosco's scoring a threat in the first half. Marie McCool standing by with Kylie Ohlmiller.
Marie, you've had yourself quite the first half, doing a little bit of everything, draw controls, pushing transition, assists, goals, all of it. What's working well for Purple right now?
I mean, I think obviously we're down by 2, but we're continuing to refine our defensive game plan and making some adjustments there. Obviously doing a good job on the draw. So got one quarter at a time, and really happy with the way we got better throughout that half.
What was the reaction to the 2-point goal? Was it something that you asked for? Was it something that you were looking for? Did you mean to do that?
Did not mean to do that. I was speeding, to be honest, and I was like, if I'm going to have a 2-point goal in this league, it's going to be from that. And I was like, it almost happened with Kylie year 1, but you tipped it in.
I thought about the same thing. Well, great job. Keep it up the second half.
Yeah, thanks.
Look at those two just chumming it up on the field here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. McCool can fill up a box score. 2 goals, an assist, 3 ground balls, a caused turnover, and 5 draw controls. We'll have a feature on Taylor Marino coming up on the other side of the break. "20 minutes have flown by here at USA Lacrosse HQ, opening night for Season 4 of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Team Marino and Team Bosco getting refreshed at the half. Taylor Marino has ruled over this league for back-to-back summers and remains a humble champion. Here she reflects back on her 2-time accomplishment.
Your 2023 Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse Champion, number 30, Taylor Marino.
It was pretty special to hear my name called as the champion for 2023. It was almost like deja vu a little bit. Feeling the medal go around your neck again is always just a special moment. And being the first athlete to win multiple titles, in terms of what that accomplishment means to me, I would say it's surreal.
Marino again. Taylor Marino locked in.
I think in terms of my hunger to repeat, probably give you the same answer I gave last year, which is just to kind of go out and have fun and not necessarily put that pressure on myself. I think it would be great, it would be awesome, but at the same time, I know in myself that I perform my best when there's no expectation held over my head. Obviously, yes, it would be great to win a third time. I think if it were to be a three-peat, that would kind of just be the cherry on top, to be like, if you really put your mind to something and you really want to succeed at something and you put in the energy and effort to preparing yourself, then at the end of the day, like anything you set your mind to, you can achieve.
Taylor Marino can be very streaky in the cage. She anticipates very well. She's quick as a cat. She's been showing that off again. We will look back at the first game in a moment. Appreciative Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse fans looking on here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. We are 20 minutes complete. Team Marino 7-5 on top of Team Bosco as the two squads each put up 2 points apiece in the second quarter. That means quarter number 3 is worth 40 for everybody on the roster. Courtney Martinez-Connor earlier today, Team Glenn against Team Apuzzo. This was a great game. It was a back and forth affair.
Back and forth battle. Team Glenn came out on fire. First quarter, they were up by 1. And then it was all Team Apuzzo. The second quarter, 5-1 scoring. They really closed the gap. It was a close game throughout, but a lot of saves for Team Glenn is what kept her team in the lead. A lot of players wouldn't have guessed that Team Apuzzo would have come out with this loss because they were stacked. But Katie O'Donnell ultimately with the game winner. And they are the ones that sent Team Glenn with the W.
Maggie Hall, as you can tell, better than 200 points on the individual leaderboard. She sets the pace. No stage fright at all for that rookie in her first game as a pro. We are 20 minutes old in game 2. Our doubleheader continues with Team Marino and Team Bosco. Back with highlights from the opening half. That's a mighty big lacrosse ball in the sky, settling over USA Lacrosse headquarters here in Sparks, Maryland. 20 minutes complete. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, Team Marino on top of Team Bosco 7-5. Joe Beninati side by side with Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland Court. What was the biggest difference between these two teams in the first 2 quarters?
You know, I think their numbers are fairly even, but it's the amount of times that the ball is being coughed up by Team Bosco. So they have double the amount of turnovers as Team Marino, and if you can't take care of the ball, then you can't score.
There's a lot of unwelcome visitors flying into this booth. So let's get quickly to our highlights. It took Izzy Skane about 1.5 quarters to get on the board in the big leagues.
You know, and once she scored, that excitement, the energy, you could feel it, then she kind of relaxed. Marie McCool has been all over the place. Obviously, she's a veteran for Team Bosco, but she's getting draw controls, she's scoring, she's assisting. She's really that all-around player for them right now, leading the charge. But then you have Miss Sarah scoring off of a feed from Peterson, and then she's showing that she can do it herself too. Using her speed, she's one of the fastest players on the field throughout the midfield, but watch out when you give her space to dodge.
Ellie Massera had a hat trick in the scrimmage last week. She's taken a fondness to this pro game as we check out a few numbers from the opening 20 minutes.
You know, and there you see it in numbers. 4 turnovers for Marino, 8 for Bosco. That's double the amount. Saves, Marino leading in that category as well. And oftentimes that translates into goals being scored. But surprisingly, Team Bosco has more draw controls, so it just means they're not finishing. They are not taking quality shots that they need to, especially against a 2-time reigning champion for AU Pro Lacrosse.
If you've been following Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse in the first 3 seasons, you know that we love to bring you right to field level, to get in there, to hear the athletes in conversation. Izzy Skane is wearing a microphone for us tonight. Let's go into the game now with the United States Air Force.
That angle of my chin can't be good.
No, don't worry. I'm not going to do it. I don't do people dirty. Like, it's just like...
I got it. Any hard shot's a 2-pointer.
Yeah.
If you get above 50 miles per hour, it's a 2-pointer.
Every time.
You don't need to intimidate me too much. I'm doing it myself.
I just think we got to work off like movement first.
Yeah.
I think we're like it's so obvious where we're attacking from, which is on us because we're doing the 2-man. But like if we can like get one girl dodge and swing across, dodge, like flip. Let's go! Here we go. There we go.
Izzy Skane, a big part of season 4 of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. The 5th championship season of Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball beginning July 26th. It'll run through August 25th. 60 players convening in Rosemont, Illinois, Parkway Bank Sports Complex. A whole lot of fun coming up for the softball players as we break the ice on this season 4 in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Skane and her team Bosco, her team Bosco, trailing Team Marino in white, 7-5 after 20 minutes. Isabella Peterson at the draw circle, ball down and running for cover there. Captured by Knowles. We share the leaderboard with you in Athletes Unlimited. Every point matters.
You know, something to note, the leaderboard is just for this game alone. That's not the leaderboard for the game that we had previous to this evening. So all players are going to be in gold and purple that you see on that leaderboard.
Snapshot, quick score for Cassidy Weeks. Weeks' game we really imagine will translate well to the professional level.
Now, she's just one of those really consistent players all over the field, from the defensive side to the offensive. But Madison Ahern initiating the dodge, and it was that backside cut out of the back door. Weeks, you had Madison Ahern putting it into space, an excellent grab by Weeks, corralling it in, turning, finishing all in one.
Cassidy Weeks played at Boston College with her sister Courtney. She's actually wearing her sister Courtney's number 6, the white jersey and the fluorescent gold numbers. It is the early strike for Weeks that makes this an 8-5 ball game. Madison Ahern out of Notre Dame with a couple of assists For every assist you pick up this season, it's 6 points on your individual leaderboard. Joe and Courtney up top. Kylie Oldmiller is our field reporter. As we dip a toe into this second half, Team Marino in white. Just past the 8:30 hour in the east. Lights taking full effect at USA Lacrosse headquarters. Bring it on around. Feed for Aldave. Black at the 8-meter key for the top for Ahern. Bluffing her shot. Shot clock down to 20. Peterson back behind the cage on the go. Inside roll. Splits two defenders and scores! Isabella Peterson.
Number 7 in white, powering her way through the defense. Isabella Peterson, a local product. She went to high school not even 10 minutes around the corner. Working with Ahern. Isabella Spinderella right there. Bobbing and weaving through the defense. Kylie, you're up close down there.
Awfully close to all of those spins. I love that inside roll there. We've seen a lot of topside dodges from most of the attackers here tonight in all 4 teams. So to see that inside roll and really get a split between those 2 defenders protecting her stick, that's a big one for Isabella Peterson.
Isabella, Attacker of the Year at the American Athletic Conference out of James Madison University. Bags her 3rd goal of the season. Courtney, you're right. She could practically walk to work this summer. Lists Sparks, Maryland as her hometown. Gets back in the draw circle with Sammy Jo Tracy, one of 17, now 4 seasoned pros in Athletes Unlimited.
You know, one of those things about Isabella that I love, and I've known her since she was young, but she started on the B team for her rec and club and just worked her way up to the A team, and then obviously has done and had an outstanding career at JMU, was a Tewaaraton finalist at one point, and you just look at what she was able to accomplish. So it doesn't matter where you start, but it's how hard you keep working and just hone and better your craft.
On the go, Izzy Skane. There was a whistle prior to that shot that was stopped by Marino. Skane and Sydney Scales have been going tooth and nail throughout the first 3 quarters of this game. Team Marino in the white jerseys able to play clear. Weeks finagles her way towards a 6-on-6 setup. Marino's squad has cashed in on its last 4 shots against Britt Reed. Becerra from the top looking to go on McCool. Dropped that one out of the head of her cross, then she was flattened. It'll stay Team Marino ball. Largest lead on the night for Team Marino by 4 points. Taylor, the 2-time defending champion. Quick restart, snapped out of the air. Reed shut down Peterson on the short side. Black waiting for this one to land. On the end line, gravity taking over there, and the ball belongs to Team Bosco in purple. Earlier today, Team Glenn, a 13-12 decision over Team Apuzzo. Maggie Hall had 4. As Dowdy looks to clear. Courtney, take us back to this last stop, left side of the screen.
Excellent vision, Becerra to Peterson. Britt Reed standing tall as she does so often. She's been a captain many a times throughout her pro lacrosse career.
Hey, girl, Kendall!
Griffin at the top, swing it.
Kendall ready!
Kuykendall looks inside. That's deflected down, the officials stopping play.
And that's a good call, it's a hold. She did get at the check, but she held that stick down. So Sammy Jo with an 8-meter.
Sammy Jo Tracy ready to fire. Free position bouncer, fought off by Marino, took that one to the chest protector. For Marino, that's her 6th stop. Season ago, she was well into double figures 7 times. Becerra looking to counterattack with Sydney Black. It's been a potent offensive performance for Team Marino, and especially from its young guns. All these players making their professional debuts and doing so splendidly, especially this one. Macera already with a hat trick. Courtney Taylor staring daggers. Macera showing the speed, but a good trail check there. Caused turnover for Courtney Taylor, and she's one of the league's best at that. Those caused turnovers add big points to your individual leaderboard tally. 10 to be specific. McCool coming late. Marie McCool snakes her way inside. Bouncer fought off to the splits by Marino. McCool is slow to get back up. Marie McCool needing a moment or two down on the deck.
I'm not even sure how she was able to get that shot off. So very impressive. She's one of the most fit players on the field at all times, and one of the toughest.
Being tended to now by the athletic trainers and therapists. Helped back to her feet by teammates Geyersbach and Skane.
Just a quick peek. Oh, and it looked like the legs of both Wakefield and McCool kind of got tangled up a little bit as she went down.
Marie, under her own power, making her way back to the sideline for Team Bosco, trailing by 4 in this second quarter. Taking a peek at the in-game leaders on the leaderboard top of the screen, the youngster Macera along with McCool, top shelf so far. Kylie Oldmiller, field level. Kylie, you're part of the rules working committee for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, and I know that you and your fellow athletes are always walking a line with respect to physical play.
Yeah, we were working on a couple of things in the off season with the player executive committee and with Athletes Unlimited as a whole to just increase that player safety and look for some different ways that, even though we happen to have the fastest, strongest, most athletic lacrosse players in the world here in AU Pro Lacrosse, we want to make sure that we're putting on a great show safely.
Black fakes this one over and behind her back. Macera off the hitch, gets inside. She was hammered on her way down. This one stays possession for Team Marino in white. 20 seconds to shoot. Pop it up top for Allie Kennedy. Straight away on the isolation dodge against Dorney. Dorney made a good stick check. Allie recovers with 8 seconds to shoot. A long way from the net. This is a Whistler handled easily by Reed off the cross from Weeks. 5 stops now for Britt. Courtney Taylor looking to clear against the ride of Macera. Team Bosco in purple, down by 4. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. There are 40 points available for the team that wins this fourth quarter. Right now, Team Marino has the only 2 goals. That was a carryover from a second frame that was deadlocked at 2. Geyersbach to Skane. Scales right there. Skane gets to the inside, that bouncer, and Marino is locked in again. Taylor finds that one at her knees. Whoa, she just dropped it into her own cage. Taylor Marino just fumbled that one into her own goal.
That's one of those moments where you just need to be a goldfish. Forget about it and move on. You can tell she was looking for a crease call. She thought Izzy Skane was in the goal. She made that initial save. She corralled that ball in. And that was the check that she was looking for. So check, it would have froze things, the foul called.
So Skane was there at the top, and Marino wanted an interference call.
Right.
Wow. File that under you won't see it every day. Marino and her squad still on top by 3 in quarter 3. A few moments ago, we saw one of the strangest goals that we've seen in 4 summers of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse play. And as luck would have it, we have both Izzy Skane and Taylor Marino mic'd for sound. Here's the way it sounded field level.
Oh, my bad, Taylor. Oh! My bad. Gosh. Call it, Zane! Call it!
It's the easiest goal Izzy Skane will ever be awarded, and it brings her team Bosco back within 3. Izzy Skane second in this, her first game as an Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse star. Skane dazzling in her collegiate days at Northwestern, one of only 6 multi-Tewaaraton Award winners. Now we understand that has been registered and recorded as just a team goal for Bosco, so not officially credited to Skane, who would have been closest to Marino at the time she dropped that one across the goal line. Regardless, this third quarter is worth 40 points, and right now the overall score in the third is 2-1 Marino. 40 points for all 14 players on the roster for whichever side wins the third quarter. And if they don't, it'll carry over. It'll carry over to the fourth and another tie. Big face dodge there to the inside. Bouncer! Change of pace! Score! Cassidy Weeks.
For those fans confused of why Team Marino got the ball back, it was an over and back call for Team Bosco, even though they won that draw control. Peterson with the initial dodge, pulling 2, swinging the ball to the backside, and then Weeks dodging as soon as she received it, which is exactly what you want to do once you get it to that weak side away from where that double team came from.
I overheard Captain Taylor Marino as she was walking out onto the field after that unfortunate own goal prior to this goal, just saying, let's just forget about it, let's laugh about it, and let's move on to the next play. You could see that's that next play they were looking for Team Gold.
Kylie, both you and Courtney Martinez-Connor talking about the selective amnesia that goalies need to have. They got to forget that right away and get right back in.
Taylor actually was joking about it as she walked back to her crease. She said, I wonder if I get the goal points for that.
10-6 for the moment. Weeks' second of the night is on the board. The officials are reviewing at the timekeeper's table. If you're just tuning in with us, Team Marino had a 5-3 advantage after the opening frame. That second quarter was tied at 2. That's why this third is valued so much. At the moment, it's 10-6 for Team Marino, outscoring Team Bosco 3 goals to 1, 3 points to 1 in this third, if the Weeks tally stands. Team Marino in the white tangles with Team Glenn 2:30 on Saturday. The officials checking for a dangerous follow-through right there. The Weeks slow motion bouncer fooling Britt Reed.
In the process and watching the replay, it does look like she nabs Cookie Carr, number 83, given name Kristen Carr, not to be confused from her nickname, but it does look like, based upon the reaction of Cookie, that she got her square in the head. So that would actually be a goal coming back and a yellow card handled, but it's kind of hard to see from that angle. You just see the reaction of the defender.
2:42 left in this third quarter with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse Season 4. Season 4 makes this the longest lasting iteration of women's pro lacrosse, Courtney, and we have been talking about it throughout the day in the way that this sport and this league has evolved and has welcomed in a phenomenal class of rookies for 2024.
Yeah, it's been exciting to watch them. They're a group that most definitely, they're not playing like rookies. They're fresh off of their college season. They have a lot of experience. We have players from BC, Northwestern, JMU, Florida, a lot of players who played in championship weekend. And when you're confident and then you can bring that confidence over into your first pro lacrosse season, plus you're really in shape, that's most ideal.
The ruling on the field stands. The attacker was already in the shooting motion. The defender came in late to the play. It's a goal.
Official Lynn Bowers informing the fans here at USA Lacrosse headquarters, as well as you, our ESPNU viewers, that is a good goal for Cassidy Weeks as she gets belated congratulations from her mates. Team Marino squad, a 10-6 advantage, and very importantly, a 3-1 lead when it comes to the third quarter. The chase for 40 points now, the carryover from the deadlocked second. Inside the circle, looking to win the draw. It's bounced loose and Bosco comes away with it. Sammy Jo Tracy helping out. The draw story very tight, 9-8 in favor of Team Bosco, as we have just 2.5 minutes with which to work in the third. Team Bosco in purple, Izzy Skane maneuvers in, trying to lose Scales on the flip to Geyer's back. Off the sweep, good stick check time there well. Ball down belongs to McCool. McCool weaving her way in. That pass sails high, it's a turnover. Back to Team Marino.
And that was a lot of pressure. Allie Kennedy right on her hands, making it difficult to get the pass off. I actually think she may have caused that turnover. If she's awarded those points, that's 10 points for her.
Speaking of defense for Team Marino, Kendall Halpern is doing a fantastic job on Sam Geyer's back over here. It's been a matchup really fun to watch.
Massera feeds it inside, that floats wide. Halpern, number 24 in college at Northwestern, getting to wear her 24 here as a pro. Bosco with the clearing efforts, less than 90 seconds to go in quarter three. First game of this season 4 for these two squads. Team Bosco gets Team Apuzo at noon on ESPNU Saturday. Playing the two-person game with Geyer's back. They're gonna switch this back over to Team Marino after an illegal screen. Wakefield looks to clear. Caroline Wakefield says that she wants to score 3 goals this summer. The defender, known more for her caused turnovers and ground ball acumen, says she wants 3 on her score sheet.
Listen, she's wearing Michael Jordan's number. She went to Carolina, so maybe she can just channel that a little bit.
Ellie Massera choosing Cassidy Weeks in the waning stages of this third quarter. Just about a 4-second differential from shot clock to game clock. Team Marino about to win 40 points for everybody on the roster by virtue of winning this third quarter. Kennedy on the go, skip it on through to Black. Working to the outside, Black returns, fidgets and fires. Stabbed there waist high by Britt Reed. 5 seconds left. The long clearing effort to midfield, and the horn will sound, ending 3 quarters, but Team Marino, by virtue of a 3-1 third, everybody gets 40. Taylor Marino striding confidently to the sideline. It's her group that has the advantage. We have 10 minutes left to play. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse from Sparks, Maryland. Earlier today in the first game of the doubleheader, it was Maggie Hall, dynamic for a victorious Team Katie Glenn. Hall picked up 4 goals and an assist this afternoon. Bathed in sunshine, she and her mates prevailed over Team Abruzzo 13-12 as we take a look at the Game 1 MVPs brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Maggie Hall, obviously a goal-scoring machine in her rookie debut. Ali Mastriani holding down the fort at both ends of the field, especially the draw control, winning possession for her team. And Katie Glenn with 13 saves on the day.
Now in the nightcap, Team Marino has a 10-6 lead after 3. Before we start the fourth quarter, let's shift gears. Kylie Oldmiller visits with Ellie Macera.
Ellie, what's working for you? You got a hat trick in your first ever professional game. What's going right for you?
I think it's the rookies. I think we're all new to this. We're sharing the ball and moving for each other. They're clearing space for me, clearing space for them. So yeah, we're sharing the ball. I think it's all about the teamwork here.
Yeah, what's some of the advice that you've gotten from the veterans on your team?
Have fun. I think Andy and Allie, Taylor, all of them are just like, have fun, play loose. Everything will work out if you just are having fun and sharing the ball.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Awesome. Wolves up. Good luck the rest of the way.
Wolves up. Yeah, okay, cut the cord. A couple of Stony Brook Seawolves there chumming it up. Kylie Oldmiller working as a field reporter for us. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor, shouting out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew for all their efforts day and night. Game 2 of 24 in season number 4 for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. We begin the fourth, 10 minutes left in regulation. Team Marino in white, Team Bosco in purple. The official Erica Leslie gets him set, and it belongs for Team Marino's Peterson, going to goal quickly with Macera. Dowdy able to get a shoulder in the way and force that back to her captain, Abby Bosco. Britt Reed's gone the distance in goal for Team Bosco. She's backed up by Madison Doucette. Madison is another fine rookie netminder that we've seen come on. Earlier today, we saw Emily Sterling perform very well in this her rookie season out of Maryland. Dorney on the go. They get it set up top. Work it on the perimeter. Geyer's back, favors that left flank. Gets to the cage, turned aside by Marino. Long rebound towards midfield. Good scoop, first time ground ball for Griffin. Marino has 9 saves this evening. Skane with a goal. Feeds her collegiate chum, Kuykendall. A whirling dervish inside that 8-meter key. Score from behind it. You'll get 2 points for your team and 16 for yourself. Skane sweeps and sends it high. It has been Izzy Skane against Sydney Scales all night long. You hear the defensive coordination from field level. Geyer's back, flips to McCool. McCool, who was shaken up in the third quarter. Good to see her. Back with the usual bounce in her step. Works to the interior, draws a couple defenders. Here's the sneak. Kuykendall lets it fly, and Marino is pinned to the post. Save number 10 for Taylor. Puts the outlet on the mark. Ellie Kennedy glides ahead, looks for the fast break. Macera, great pass for Peterson. She took her eyes off that on the way to the goal. Reed's way out of the cage, and we hear the whistle. Britt Reed for Team Bosco looking to clear. 7:50 left in regulation time.
Sometimes you're just a little too rushed on the offensive end of the field. Catch first, shoot second. That was a tremendous transition.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is Cookie wearing a different jersey now? She's wearing 97. Normally she's 83. Snapshot from the outlet, score! On the run, Geyer's back will celebrate.
Your eyes do not deceive you. Team Bosco putting the first point on the board here in this fourth quarter. Izzy Skane drawing a lot of attention. 2 defenders on her. Her eyes are up. She sees the slide coming the whole way through. Geyer's back. was able to shake free from Kendall Halpern. That matchup that's been so fun to watch, as Kylie mentioned earlier. Kylie, down on the field, how does it look?
I love that matchup. I think Kendall Halpern is going to be a defender that is going to go pretty high in next week's draft already. I'm gonna make that bet right here early. She is just being really, really in the hands of Sam Geiersbeck, making it difficult. And as you see there, Geiersbeck's able to finish from a really severe angle because she's got that next level shot.
24 right there. Kendall Halpern will be working in September in New York with the Creative Artist Agency. CAA work ahead for Kendall. First team All Big Ten defender out of Northwestern. Peterson and Sammy Jo Tracy inside the draw circle. What is now a 3-point game. Plenty of time left in regulation. Peterson knocked that one down, and it's draw possession right away for Emily Nalds. One of many Tar Heels in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, including this player, Andy Aldave, graduate transfer to North Carolina after her 4-year stay with Notre Dame. She and Geiersbeck, in fact, were college roommates after the transfer in Chapel Hill. Weeks set to go. Bouncer sails wide of Reed. We've crossed the 3-minute mark of the fourth. Peterson brings in and off the end line against Bosco. Abby delivers a stiff check there, and she may be carded for it. A yellow comes out, player up for Team Marino.
I love to hear the fans' reactions. The ooh, they're a bit closer than we are. Tough defense by Bosco across her body, and as Peterson was going down, the stick caught her up in the face. That's what the referees are calling and why she's getting this free position.
From the top of the 8-meter key, Peterson going to goal. Lost it there. She was checked on her way to the cage, and Reed says thanks very much. Scrambling out of the net for Team Bosco. Now Cookie Carr wearing 97 in the purple. Normally she does that to honor dad and brother. That was the number that they wore.
Cookie switched jerseys because she had some blood on her jersey, so
that'll
wearing
do it.
a different number just for the rest of the game.
Appreciate it. Kylie, our field reporter, within eye and earshot of everything going on. Less than 6 to play in the fourth. A deliberate offensive set now for Skane. Waits for a cutter, waits for the play to develop. Pitched it on the outside. Geiersbeck prefers her left. Trying to get away from a couple defenders. Snaps that pass inside. The race to the end line in lacrosse on a shot. Closest to the ball, where and when it leaves the field gets possession. Folks, week 6 of the PLL starts tomorrow on ESPN Plus at 6 and 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Saturday, the Atlas and the Cannons, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC. The Archers and Redwoods on ESPN Plus. Every game this season found on ESPN Plus. For that full schedule, ESPNplus.com/PLL. Wish all of our PLL counterparts the very best as they have crossed through the All-Star break from the time in Louisville. Black works in, spins, draws a couple defenders. Hatcheted there by Courtney Taylor with 4.5 to go. Good feed inside, a better save by Reed. Reed with a marvelous stop there on Cockrell. Her 7th. 4 points on the leaderboard for each individual stop for goalies this season.
I have some Cockrell fans right behind me here on the field. They were fired up for that shot. Looking for a second one.
A great opportunity for Sierra, now an assistant coach at UMBC. Not far from where we are in Sparks. Skane gets underneath, robbed there by Marino, and a crease violation against Skane gives the ball back to Team Marino. 11 stops for Taylor. Marino in her career, Courtney, 6 times, as there's a collision midfield. Marino 6 times in her career, 14 or more stops in a single game.
Which that's so very impressive. Obviously, the more saves you get, the more points you earn. This year, they're just worth 4 points. And we saw in the first game, Katie Glynn, captain for her team, she had 13 saves. She was 3rd in terms of MVP, and she was still not even one of the top 5 in terms of leaderboard points.
Massera with a terrific handle, stuffed by Reed, though, at the doorstep. On the send away for Courtney Taylor. Taylor ridden back by Black. As they settle in here, no numbers advantage for Team Bosco in purple. 3 minutes left in regulation. Bluff the outside heat, feed it inside, Marino! Stonewall Sammy Joe Tracy. 10-7 for Taylor Marino in the white. A dozen stops for the 2-time reigning champ. 4 of those saved for quarter number 4 alone.
Okay, so I'm going back to my point here. I think a lot of players have selected either Sam Apuzzo or Taylor Marino to come out potentially for this 4th season champion. But I'm not sure how a keeper can do it again. That's a lot of points off for every save. I just don't see it happening in season 4.
Taylor Cummings was the inaugural champion in season 1. That was a 5-week campaign. Players played 15 games that summer, 12 this summer for everybody individually. The top 4 players on the leaderboard, once we're through with Sunday's doubleheader, they'll be the new captains. The draft will be held Monday. You can watch that on YouTube with Maria Trival-Peace and Kylie Oldmiller. First of 4 weekends worth of business for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. And now wisely, with a 3-point lead overall, Team Marino going slow on offense, just 95 seconds left in the contest regulation. In terms of the 4th quarter points, those 20 points that are available right now, it's Team Bosco with a lone strike in this final frame. Britt Reed and Team Bosco in purple need to get a move on with 1:14 left. Grace Griffin jogs into the 6-on-6, finds Lindsay McCone. McCone off the flip, McCool will take matters into her hands. Off the sneak there, that one gets away from Skane, chased down by McCool. Shot clock's at 30. Marie goes to the goal. Off the feed once more. Hesitation, wait, roll in there, nothing for Kuykendall. Geiersbach has 20 seconds to shoot. 40 in the game. Geiersbach on her offhand. Easy pickings for Marino. A baker's dozen stops for Taylor, and this her first game defending the title. 10-7 for Team Marino. They can take the final possession and run for cover. Ellie Massera right here was one of the heroes. A spark plug in the first half. Wrestling with Cookie Carr for the ball. Black has it, 8 seconds left. With a whistle. Time called with 5.6 to play. We need to step aside, take this TV timeout. Team Marino down the stretch in charge. See if they can close it out right after these words. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is fueled by Gatorade. Front row seats, mighty fine. Why don't you come out and join us this weekend? USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland. Pair of double headers will unfold. Right now we have the final 6.4 seconds left in this game 2 of season 4. 24 to come. We'll be crowning one champion by season's end. Two-time reigning champ Team Marino has this game in charge, 10-7, and with possession of the ball. It should be a formality from here. Team Marino had the 7-5 advantage at the half. Black takes it back behind the cage, floats it over the top to Massera. Ellie whistles one wide, and that will do it for 40 minutes at USA Lacrosse HQ. The fourth quarter belongs to Team Bosco, so everybody on Team Bosco gets 20 points. But overall, the 45 for the win goes to the team in white with the fluorescent gold numbers. Team Marino, under their ever-ready captain, another spectacular showing for 30 in the white. She finishes up with 13 saves. And Courtney, she saved her best for last. She had 5 of them in the final frame.
You know, she always steps up big as the game progresses. Like she said, she plays the most free when she's relaxed, no pressure. But she took a gamble on the rookies, and they paid off for her today. Very first game for Team Marino. They have 2 more coming up on Saturday and Sunday. Let's see if they can hold strong.
Arms raised in victory for Team Marino. Taylor's been wearing a mic for us all night long. Let's review some of the field level action.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. What? No, it's just for warm-ups. No, I'm not wearing this tonight. No. It's actually got a little weight to it. I would hope I wouldn't have to wear it for the game. But let's make sure that we're staying home and staying on mark, so we don't want to give up the easy ones when it's like the last second chaoticness. But otherwise, like, guys, really, really good job. Really good job. I said my goal was to score a goal this year, and I did do that, but I just did it on the wrong net. Yeah. I can score. I can score.
Always fun to go into the game with Marino, who said right there she wants to score a goal, but that wasn't the kind that she would have preferred. An own tally right there for Taylor. No harm done, though, however. She and her mates on top by the final of 10-7.
So now you had your team out here, you coming away with the victory. Now, Taylor, I have to ask you, you're very humble, very calm.
With time to spare, we can head to field level. Kylie Oldmiller has a chat with defender Kendall Halpern.
Kendall, awesome first showing in your first professional league game ever. 4 cross turnovers. I know you didn't know that. I just told you that.
No
but
idea.
How does it feel to be out here? Fast-paced, fun, all the energy?
It's so much fun. I mean, to play on the stage, I've looked up to these girls growing up, and to be out here just with them is just so much fun. And I'm excited for what's next. Excited to be on Team Gold this week, and it's been awesome.
What do you think Team Gold's message is after this big win heading into Saturday and Sunday? What's the reset mode tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of rookies on this team. We're out here for the right reason. We're here to have fun and play good lacrosse and learn from the best in the game. So Taylor's doing a great job leading, and to play next to her down on that D end is incredible and learning so much as we go.
Yeah, playing alongside 2 other starting defenders from UNC, from BC. Those are players you're used to playing against on the other side. What's that whole situation like?
I mean, it's fun to play with them. Happy to be on their team. It was fun to play against Izzy and Erin today. Wish I could play with them each week, but to play against them is so much fun, and excited to see what's next with Team Gold this week.
Awesome. Great game, great first pro showing, and good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. We appreciate it. Second team All-American Kendall Halpern with a first-rate performance tonight as Team Marino knocks off Team Bosco by the final count of 10-7. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, it continues Saturday, noon Eastern, right here on ESPNU. Team Bosco squaring off with Team Apuzzo. For Courtney, for Kylie, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks so much for joining us. Day 1 in the books. Marino on top.